I guess to me, playing music live in front of an audience, like a significant audience of, you know, 50 people or more, like, um, I don't know. Like, and especially if it's not just the other bands, like playing like that, like I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm more of a performer than a musician. Like I like writing songs, I like playing guitar and singing, but I don't think I'm great at any of them. However, throw me on stage with the talents I have, and I feel like I could take on the whole empire by myself. I don't know how to explain it any other way, but I feel like how Luke must have felt in that moment. I don't know. I know that sounds super geeky, but to me, that is that moment. It's the moment when I can do something that someone else can't around me, and people have come to hear or see that. You know, I mean, I'm not saying like they come intentionally, but sometimes you do get an intentional crowd, and you're like, wow, this feels great, and just I don't know, letting loose and just like rocking out. I hate to say it. I mean, I don't hate to say it. I love to say it. Sounds kind of like I don't know, like I don't know, 80s metal guy, like just rocking out. Like, but I don't mean it that way. Just letting loose, letting go. Um, yeah, just having a good time. I've always enjoyed that, and it's come down to like literally like if you're lucky 2-3 times a year. I really want to be playing like once a month at least, if not 3 times a month, 4 times a month. I don't know. It's one of those creative outlets. Like it's not that much different than finishing Blucifer last night. From the artistic, hands-on, creative process, like that's only 2 dimensional, but I enjoy doing that the most out of that art. So like with music, it's kind of guitar, singing, and performing and writing. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm not great. I'm not very good, but I enjoy doing what I do, and I think I do it well enough, or better enough than the average grizzly bear. No, I think a lot of bands that perform out in front of people lack the ability to entertain at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, because you're not just going to see a bunch of guys stand in a row at microphones singing and playing, like, and maybe swaying to it. Like, and I saw that so often through, the first 2-3 years of playing out. Like, I remember going and seeing other bands, and I'd be like, they don't even look like they're enjoying it. Like, what are they doing up there? Like, they wrote some good songs, but it's just like, so, I've told the story probably before on here, but the pinnacle of all of that. I've had a lot of high moments, playing Rocktoberfest, the BCN Rocktoberfest, with that other band. I can never remember their name. They're still around. They still play, and they're oh geez Louise. I guess they weren't that big. They were big at the time, and I felt like wow. That happened on accident too, by the way. In one of these videos, I talk about having to go back to Salem, Mass on Halloween to perform on this awesome stage. It was awesome. They had a drum riser, and I got to jump off of a drum riser, and that was awesome. See, now I wish we had the technology now that we had then. I'd like to make these videos and like put them up, but there's no videos that I know of. I mean, maybe somewhere some weirdo was hanging out in the field going, yeah, I'm gonna put this on the internet someday, if that internet ever takes off. No, but the moment that like I knew that I would like this to continue, like continue playing music, was it was in Rhode Island. There was this Battle of the Bands. I never wanted to play Battle of the Bands. I hate Battle of the Bands. I hate competition. I hate sport competition. Like if you can't just have fun and like forget about the rules sometimes, like I don't want to play with you. I enjoy just I don't know. I don't like being competitive is my point. But the first night we played, I can't remember where it was. We played 3 different nights because we made it to the finals. First night was somewhere, some little place in Rhode Island. I can't remember what it was. I think they're still there. And I watched these other bands play, and like we weren't going on to like 5th or 6th or something like that. So, because we could bring a decent crowd, you know what I mean? So we went and we'd hang out and get some drinks and whatever. And this couple that we met at one of our other shows that just really liked our music at the time, they were there, and like we had everybody there that we wanted to have there. That's when you used to have to mail stuff to your subscriber list. That's right. Nobody thought of emailing then. Like, not most people receive mail, so you'd have to mail things to people. That's right. It's not all Facebook back then. There was no internet. When rocking out was the thing to do, there wasn't. So you had to do everything by hand. If you were going to contact like a record label or something, you'd have to get in contact with them first, so it was find out if it was okay to send something, send it, and then wait, and then call. After about 2 weeks, start calling every like Wednesday, being like, "Hey, did you happen to?" Da, 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 da. That's the life of a musician. Like, but when you finally get to the stage and you're at that point, it's a whole different game. So I watch all these bands playing, and they're all in my mind doing what bands do. It's just like they're all just standing there, like not enjoying what they're doing, or too over focused, or I don't know. Like to me, and I know a lot of people I know would disagree with this probably, but music is also a performance art. First and foremost, it's musical, which you'd have to have songs and stuff and be able to play them. But after that, like I do feel like one way or another, maybe there's different crowds for different types of bands, but I just feel like entertaining the people. Like I like to try to move and just I don't know, make stupid faces and stuff and sing. But those nights, especially the last time we played with Dana doing lights, which he won't be doing because he's playing with us now. Or maybe he can do both at the same time. I don't know. I guess he's a DJ. I guess that's what he does. DJ Jazzy Jeff. Maybe it's time to change the name of the band. It's going in a new direction. All new originals, I don't know. Maybe that'll liven things up again. But that's why I think I've never been super successful in any artistic field. Like, I can't focus on one long enough to become better at it. Like, when I get bored of doing one thing, instead of sticking with it and powering through it and moving on to the next stage of learning, like, I just move on to a new thing. Maybe I'll write a song. Maybe I'll pick up the guitar I haven't played in 3 weeks or something like that. Or maybe I'll start writing. Or maybe, a million things go through my head. Like, and that's why I think I've never been, there's the people who are really good at one thing but not good at anything else, or the people who are a little okay at everything. I don't know where I fall, actually, but I like doing what I do, and people seem to like it when I do what I do. When things go right. I don't mean to make this sound pompous or anything like that either. I'm just saying I want to try to best explain in words how it is for me, the way I feel. Like, I wouldn't call it a drug or anything like that. It is addictive, but like excuse me. I'll try to cut that out. I don't know. I think it was I love Michael Jackson growing up, but like I think it was Guns N' Roses. I think that's when I was just like, God damn, that's what I want to do. So music was always like the big focus. Like up till then, like I enjoyed creating art, but I knew my art wasn't good enough to do what I wanted to do at the time, which was comics. So I'd been playing guitar around when I think it was 16. I got my first guitar and I started learning it, and shortly thereafter I got a better guitar because the first one I had was horrible, horrible guitar. So I go out, get an amp and a guitar. I start learning to play guitar, and it was just awesome. I remember like being able to dedicate summers to playing guitar in free time, pretty much. I never got great though. I always enjoyed writing music. I think maybe I was intended to be a songwriter. Although my songs, like in my mind, I don't think they're as good as stuff that I hear. I don't know. I don't know how I get off on this tangent either. Anyway, that's how I feel to be on stage. Like Luke felt. You know, felt like he could take on the whole empire by himself. And that's how I feel when I perform. So I hope that helps, you know, I don't know, somebody out. Have a great night. Thanks for coming back for this. Maybe I'll do some guitar over it. That'd be nice, huh? I don't know.